Tampa Bay's hometown morning crew, JR, Lon, and Kevin here on commercial-free New Country 99.5 QIK. Very excited to welcome somebody in studio right now. I first saw her playing at beach bars down in like Treasure Island and whatnot. And then she said, I'm moving to Nashville. So then I found that out about her. And then all of a sudden, I get a DM from her saying, hey, I'm on The Voice. so I'm like, what? And so I started watching the auditions. I see her. She gets picked by Team Kelsey Ballerini.
Yay!
Ladies and gentlemen, Angie Rey.
Yay!
What's up,
Good morning.
Angie?
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. So it's been a road for you and kind of an exciting last few months for you, especially.
Yes.
Okay, so let's talk about The Voice. You're now on Team Kelsey Ballerini, and you auditioned with her song Penthouse.
Yes.
Okay, now, did you know she was going to be a judge?
No, I didn't. I was actually cast for the season before, and my grandma got sick, so I decided to go home and be with her. And then the casting producers told me, they said, we can move you to the next season. And I still didn't know. So I was actually going to sing Penthouse for the season before, and it just so worked out in my favor that I could sing Penthouse for season 27, where she was a coach.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you had no idea that she was going to be a coach.
No idea.
Crazy.
I was going to say, because that's not really, that was not one of her big hits. And so it's kind of a song that not a lot of people know. So that was kind of a gutsy song to go with, actually.
It was. I think it's like her most personal one, though. So it was one I loved. And my whole like decision making in picking a song was, what song can I do that I know I won't mess up the lyrics? Because it was so nerve wracking up there. So I was like, I just need to do something that I know in and out real easy.
That's smart.
Yeah.
Yeah, something that you know.
Yeah,
so.
and that's like the song I was looping every day during that whole part of my life. So I was like, okay, I have to do this one. And so it just worked out that way.
All right, so here's a little bit of your audition.
Oh, no.
You're going to love this, right? So here's your audition, all right?
This is my song.
This is you?
To a place with a view off of 8th Avenue. After we said I do, we watched cars of bachelorettes. 2 a.m. silhouettes.
That's my song.
Downtown, and the interstate was so loud.
Oh.
There was a lot it had to drown out. We played the par 5 nights, but we were never.
There's Kelsey.
Started coming down. You changed, so we were moving out. I guess wrong can look alright when you're playing home in a penthouse, baby. Cause we were playing home in a penthouse, baby.
All right, so you finished that last note. What is going through your head right then?
It's funny because I think people would be offended that they only got the single chair turn, but I went in not wanting anybody else. I was like, I don't want anyone to turn except for her. So I got everything I wanted and more. And you just need the one. It was. I was shaking. I just couldn't stop crying.
Were you nervous? Do you feel like after hearing that, you were definitely a nervous, that was a nervous performance for you?
My favorite conversation that has happened after, especially after the concert, is like, oh my God, you sound so much better than you did in your blind audition. And I'm like, thank you so much. And it's so true. I mean, you go up there, you're shaking like a leaf.
Well, and not only that, I wanted to give you props on maintaining your composure when the chair turned.
barely.
Because I feel like you can kind of hear a little bit in your voice.
Yeah.
You have like that crackle, like, I'm going to cry, but I can't. I'm on stage in front of all these people. But you got to keep going. But you can tell that you're just like the emotion that just slapped you in the face at that moment.
Well, I think Adam Levine even said that, right? When he turned around, he's like, you were losing it a little bit. But then when he turned around, you really lost it.
I did really lose it.
But in a good way, though. You still, like Lana was saying, you still were with it, and it still sounded great in those notes that we know you for hitting. We're talking to Angie Rey right now. She's from Seminole. She is now on The Voice on Team Kelsey Ballerini. Where are we as far as The Voice goes right now? Are we waiting for the live shows then? Is that what you have to do, or has it already been filmed? What's going on? What can you say?
Yeah, right now, all I can tell you is what's been aired, and so far that's just my blind audition. So we're going to be heading into battles on starting March 10th.
So that's the next thing. Battles is coming March 10th.
Battles come up. Yep.
Gotcha.
Okay.
All right. So you have hung out with Kelsey. So that's what I've gathered. She's battled a little bit right there.
That's all she can say.
All I can say.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Is it? I mean, have you? Well, I mean, being on the show for this little amount of time, what is the coolest thing about being on the show?
I think the coolest thing has been, I mean, the whole show is just amazing, you know, from hair and makeup and wardrobe. It's all so much fun.
Well, let's talk a little bit about that. Do they bring you outfits?
Yeah, so in my blind audition, you're supposed to like take your own outfits. So like I really took outfits that I really loved and would really wear. So I wore Dan Post boots, and they're, I mean, my favorite
Love Dan Post.
They're sending me boots, and that was so sweet.
Smart.
But I think it's really cool to like be really authentic in your blind audition, like what you really wear, and then like from there they kind of go into like what happens after that. So there's this whole great process that goes on.
But that's great though, because I mean, especially as a female, you are focusing on your voice and practicing. You don't have time to go shopping and figure out how you're going to do your hair.
I have time to go shopping. I love shopping.
But it's just, you know, another avenue that you have to worry about is your appearance. So that's nice that they have that for you.
Yeah, and I think I think people listen as well with their eyes, and it's you know what you look like, and you also want to be really comfortable. So another thing, I wore a corset dress in my blind audition, and my favorite comment is, "I can't believe she's singing in that corset dress right now." Yeah. And I was like, literally, my lungs almost collapsed. I mean, so.
Very cool. Talking to Angie Rey. She is on The Voice, and we got to talk to her about what happened at the Kelsey Ballerini show here in Tampa. We're going to do it next. Tampa Bay's hometown morning crew. JR, Lana, Kevin here on Commercial Free New Country 99.5 QYK. We are in studio right now with Angie Rey, who is on The Voice and Team Kelsey Ballerini, but also from Seminole. So, Angie, thanks for being here.
Thank you.
Great to see you. All right, so let's talk a little bit about what happened at the Kelsey Ballerini show here in Tampa on Saturday. I happened to be there. I knew that you were on Team Kelsey at this point because the Voice has aired, your audition has aired, and everything like that. Did you have because it was a part of the show where she was kind of walking the catwalk or the runway or whatever you want to call it, and reading people's signs.
Yeah.
So did one of your friends, because I think you were friends, right?
Yeah, my best friend.
Had a sign?
No, we did not have a sign. We paid for the tickets, and I wanted to come to the Tampa show because I was like, oh, this is my hometown. I'll get a.
And you're like a huge Kelsey fan.
I am a fan first, you know, so I loved her to begin with. So I paid a premium for those tickets, you know, just like everyone else did. She did not send me free tickets, which is fine. Like, we're friends, but maybe not good friends yet. So it's fine. We went to the concert, and the second we walked in, I had a few girls and a variety of different people be like, oh, are you the girl on the show? Then the commercial aired on her like stage screens or whatever.
Okay, gotcha.
So then people started coming up and taking pictures of me. So people knew I was there, and it was so cool. And everyone was so sweet. They gave me all the little luggage tags and all that stuff. It was so sweet. And so then the girls in the front, I was a little bit further back because I was just enjoying and mostly crying, but it's fine. The girls in the front row, they were like, they wanted a picture with Kelsey, and they're like, she's not going to notice us, but if you stand here, they'll get a picture. Like, she'll come take a picture with us. And I was like, oh, great idea. So they called me up to the front. So then these girls pulled me. I was maybe like 6 people back in the pit. And then they pulled me up to the front. And when Kelsey walked over, she just noticed me. And I feel bad because those girls never got a picture.
Oh, no.
I feel so bad.
So none of this was like rehearsed? Like,
no idea.
So
it just happened.
In the video, I think that your friend was taking that I saw on social media. She really, like, Kelsey, like, looks like, oh my gosh, it's Angie. What are you doing? You know?
Yeah.
So.
Well, she knows I live in Nashville, but you know, I didn't want to go to the Nashville show because the show hadn't aired yet, and I was like, I really wanted to wear my boots that she had given us as our like team gift. So I was like, oh, I'll just go to the Tampa show, and then I'll come visit my family and all the people I know. And so I did, and tickets were a little bit cheaper here. So
I can imagine.
Absolutely. All right, so you guys get to talking on stage. This is what we kind of see, and then she invites you up to sing a song. What song did you guys sing together?
We sang "Homecoming Queen."
Homecoming Queen.
Yeah.
All right, so now we're in front of an arena at Emily, sold out show, I might add, and they're asking you to come up. Is this the biggest crowd you've ever sang in front of?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
And so now what's going through your head as she invites you up?
Well, I remember when she's talking to me, I'm like nervous now. I'm like, oh my God, like something's going on right now. And then they call me to the back, and her security guard took me backstage. And they're wiring me up like my in-ears and my pack and giving me the microphone and testing sound and all that stuff. And I'm like shaking. Oh my God. And my heart is like palpitating. And I have like this this condition that like I might pass out. So I'm like, something's going wrong. Like I'm going to die. And so I'm like, and I told her I knew the song. And in that moment, I felt like I did know the song. And then I'm like, what if I don't know the song?
Right.
So I'm listening to the song while the show's going on, miss half the concert. It's fine. And then I go to the back. I'm listening to the song. I was like, okay, I think I got the first verse. Maybe half the second verse. I hope she doesn't have me sing the second verse. And then I ended up like learning it real quick in the back. And then I go up on stage and it was like the calmest moment.
Cool.
It was so, it's, I feel better when there's more people. I think it's easier to not notice the
like
one person. Yeah.
Right.
It's like the room's empty, but there's one person in here. That scares me more, I think.
But you remembered all the lyrics and
Everything.
you felt good and
Yeah.
you felt like this is where I'm supposed to be.
She sounded great.
Yes,
I mean, like I said,
did.
I was there and she sounded great. And I think Kelsey and the people, as soon as she started singing, people were like, oh, okay, here we go. We got
Yeah.
somebody here. And then Kelsey obviously was harmonizing with you and you had everything down and she commented on that and gave you a lot of props and well-deserved too. So it was really, really fun to watch you.
Thank you.
And
From
Kelsey-
watching you at Ricky T's.
I know.
Play at Ricky
and
T's.
that was
too.
the coolest moment because there's so many people in that crowd that have messaged me and sent me things. And they're
Right.
like, I remember, there were 4 of us in that room and like how cool it is. After that, I've since then I was named like one of the top 5 breakthrough artists of 2025.
Okay.
Aw.
So there's just been like this little, there's so many things. And even I have a song coming out on Friday and everyone has commented and been like, we've pre-saved it and it's all everyone that was there.
What's the name of the song?
Yeah, what's the name?
It's called Running Back. It's actually about my hometown.
Okay.
So
Wow.
all this time I had spent running away and wanting to go somewhere else and
Yeah.
how I so much desire to come running back all the time.
Oh,
So
I love that.
and it just worked out that way because I really do owe it to everyone in that crowd. It wasn't Kelsey's idea to bring me up and I don't know what the rules were with the show and like
Yeah.
all that stuff. So when someone in the crowd started screaming, bring her up, and then everyone started screaming, bring her up, it was
Aw.
like, I really owe it to my hometown. So I'm
There we
excited.
go.
That's
all right.
awesome. What a great opportunity.
It's been so fun.
And Kelsey is such an easygoing person
Yeah.
and she's got a heart of gold.
She
and
does.
so, just probably singing up there was so comfortable because she made you feel comfortable.
Yeah, she
on
feels
stage.
like my big sister.
Right.
It really
yeah.
feels that way.
Oh, that's so great.
Love
I'm so
it.
happy for you. All right. So you have a song coming out on Friday.
Yes.
All right, that's awesome. And then
We'll be rooting you on The Voice.
absolutely.
thank
Big
you.
time.
And I guess we really can't make any plans until after The Voice. I mean,
yeah, we got
right?
to figure out what happens
We got to
here.
figure out what happens.
I
and-
know.
And then we'll go from there and
All
see what
right.
happens. So.
Well, we're excited for you, Angie. We're rooting for you. I would consider you a friend, and so I appreciate you being here.
We are friends.
Yeah,
Yes.
absolutely. So I appreciate you being here and coming in. And like I said, we will be rooting for you big time. And hopefully
Thank you.
bring it home for us.
Yes.
Bring
Come
it back.
on.
Yeah, come on.
Very nice.
Make Seminole proud.
There you
Yeah.
go. I appreciate you being here. Here's Luke Bryan.